Welcome. This is our weekly or bi-weekly session where our newcomers come and do their gardening. This year we have a family from Eritrea and we have a family from Syria. And one of the neat things about it is that it's kind of a revolving door because it depends on the Canadian government when people are arriving. So since we've started the program only a few months ago, we've actually added one Syrian, a brother of the original family that was here. So I've welcomed him to Canada, and today we just had a person come from, basically flew in from Turkey. They were in a refugee camp for 10 years, if you can imagine, and here they are a week later, and you can hear the laughter in the background. They're actually harvesting their first crops. So it's a great way to welcome newcomers to Canada. And when you think about the experiences, because people have just come from Turkey, they experienced the earthquake that devastated parts of Syria and Turkey just recently. And so they were expedited out of that area, but they've been in a refugee camp for 10 years. It's hard for us as Canadians to imagine what that would be like. You're in a refugee camp, you're potentially raising your family there, waiting, hoping that somebody somewhere in the world will actually sponsor you and allow you to leave. And it's hard for us to imagine that. And so a lot of stress, a lot of trauma. They've come from war-torn countries. Some of them have been jailed for their beliefs. And we like to offer a real refuge here. It's kind of a garden where they can feel safe. It's a space where they can be with nature and meet Canadians in a kind of a low-pressure situation. So it's not where they're having to fill out government forms, they're trying to apply for a job. They're here, they're laughing, they're gardening. And really it's bringing the spirit of God's abundance to these people and saying, hey, welcome to Canada. The newcomers from Iran, they can, well, no, this is we're going to gift this garden to them.
I should have planted my fava beans.
So the cabbages are ready for sure for these people. Two of them anyways, so they can take some cabbage home. There's a few beans on here, not many, yellow beans. So this garden and this garden are kind of communal. And then we've got some potatoes we can pick back here.
Oh, I love potatoes.
These are the ones that Audie planted last year.
Yeah, I planted so many.
These are perennial potatoes. They just keep coming.
Hey, I'm Chris Cox. I'm a member of St. John's Church, along with Jamie, who is the owner of the farm here. And so I joined his little group last year to help some of the refugees learn how to garden in Canada. It's great. They love to harvest everything and they can take home what they want to eat. And they're learning a lot about the Canadian food because some of it's a little bit different from what they're used to. So, and of course our climate is a lot different.
My name is Jennifer Curvin, and my original connection with refugee ministry actually came through Jenny Miedema at Remember Ministries when she approached our church about sponsoring a family from Eritrea. So I'm here tonight with 2 of 7 people who are part of our newcomers group from Eritrea. And it's been, just great getting to know them and showing them around Canada and especially around Orangeville as they adjust. And this with Jamie has been a really fun part of it, to come out and just garden, and some things that they're used to growing and some new things, and just to be with friends. I should probably also say that I'm the treasurer for Remember Ministries, so I'm on the board with Jenny and have very regular involvement with sponsoring newcomers to Canada, which has been so exciting. So exciting. I just saw a couple this past week on Friday morning who had been in Canada for 36 hours, and she just kept saying, I can't believe we're here. I can't believe we're here. So that was really exciting.
Was that someone who had been in a refugee camp for a long time?
They were 11 years in Turkey.
My goodness.
Before they came here, yeah.
And they've just arrived
a
few days ago?
Yep. They haven't even been here a week. Yeah, so we were helping them get social insurance numbers and open bank accounts and do all those initial steps.
Now, are they going to come out and plant something or help harvest? Or?
I don't know. I think they would be up for that, especially because he was asking where the market was. And I didn't have the heart to tell him we only have a market one day a week on Saturday mornings.
That's our farmers market in Orangeville that you're referring to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he wanted to get to the market
Yeah.
to buy food? Or?
I think so, yes.
Yep.
Just to orient. I think they wanted to orient themselves to know,
Yes.
you know, they're brand new to Canada, brand new to Orangeville, and
There's so
where
much
did they
to
go?
take in.
Yeah, everything. That's one thing that his wife said, you know, everything's just very different than where they came from. So it's an adjustment, for sure.
Yes. Now those Jamie thought were too small.
Yeah, they will grow a lot. They will grow a lot bigger, but we could. Yeah, they'll grow a lot bigger than
Is
that.
it good? Yes. Oh yes, you can use it. Yeah. And you can use this part too. Yes, we use yeah. Yes. 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 And then you said something about, now what about those fava beans that Jamie showed you?
We have to be really cognizant that that these people have come with stories that we don't always understand, and they maybe have family members back home. So we have to be very careful in terms of, you know, making sure that we're not plastering their pictures and their voices over social media, because we just never know. Like I said, we want this to be a safe spot for people, and so we have to be always aware that the conditions that they've left, they haven't entirely left, or their families haven't entirely left. So it's a very delicate situation that we have to be very aware of from a cultural point of view. And we also have to be aware that sometimes these people have come from countries where there's been sectarian violence, where perhaps Christians and Muslims have been fighting, or different sects of Islam are fighting, or who knows what the reason is. And here they are, they're now in a garden with people of many faiths. And so we have to make sure that we keep an open spot, an open space for them to be who they are, without bringing up some of the dredging of those horror stories that they've come from. So it's a neat experience. It's such a heartfelt experience to actually be able to welcome them, and it's kind of an incarnational sort of ministry. Gets us out of a church and actually doing things with people on the street in real life, and it's an amazing experience for anybody that's involved.